Hi everyone, my name is Caroline. This is going to be my first YouTube video ever, so I thought I'd come on real fast, say hello, nice to meet you. I am going to be posting this first. It's going to be a how-to crochet video. That way, when I start posting all my other videos, vlogs, all of those things, you guys can crochet along with me because I'll be crocheting, reading, doing lots of projects, taking you along with me, book shopping, all that fun stuff. And if I teach you how to crochet now, you guys can crochet with me. So let's go ahead. We're going to jump into the video, learn how to crochet today, and then in my next video, I'll talk to you guys more and get to know me a little more or get to know you. We'll get to know each other a little bit more in the next video, but let's get into today's video of how to crochet. All right, you guys, let's just dive right in. First, we'll talk about what you need to get started. You are going to need a crochet hook. Here you'll see they all have different sizes, and the ball of yarn you are using will tell you a recommended size. As you'll see here on the packaging, it tells you a crochet hook size and a needle size for knitting. So I'll put that aside because I'm going to use this today. We have the yarn, the hook, some scissors. These are really cute scissors I got at Hobby Lobby. And then this is just a needle if you ever needed to thread or close anything off like that project right here did. So first thing you're going to do is we are going to grab the yarn and we are going to create a slip knot. To do this, you are going to grab your yarn, 2 fingers, we are wrapping the yarn around, and then we'll come this side. And when you come back around, we are going to crisscross this over that first piece of yarn, okay? And then what you're going to do is we want to then either pick this piece up and overlap it over that piece of yarn, or you can go under and grab it. Either way, I'm still holding these 2 pieces down here, and I'm going to tighten it, and that is going to get you a slip knot. And you just tighten it to the size of your hook. One more time, I will do it a little faster. Just go like this, and lift it over, grab it, and then tighten like so. And then I always get a big one, and then you just tighten it down. I've been crocheting for a long time, and I feel like I do everything different every time I do it. So as long as you get it, however it takes you to get it, it works, right? So one more time, wrap around, grabbing this, going to overlap, grab this, keeping hold of these 2, I'm tightening, and then bringing this piece down to the size for my hook. Now I'm going to show you how to hold. What you'll do is, to keep the yarn tension good, you will stick your middle finger through the 2 pieces of yarn, come around like so, middle and thumb will grab that tail end, and then pointer finger is going to come out, and it's going to be holding my working yarn like so. So whenever I need it, I'm just wrapping, and it just stays on my pointer finger to keep my tension. What I just did was chain, so let me show you how you're going to hold your hook. Many people hold it many different ways. I'll show you how I hold it, and if that is hard for you or it doesn't work for you, there's tons of other videos you can check out to see how they hold it and if that works better for you. I'm just going to hold it like so, kind of just wrapping it in my fingers and then pinching with my pointer and my thumb to work like this. Once I start to work though, I kind of just twist my fingers like this instead of my whole wrist. So I just twist like so, and my wrist stays the same. That way I don't hurt my wrist or bother it. So let's start with a chain. I'm going to hold it, like I said, middle and thumb, pointer out for my tension, and then we're going to chain. So to do so, I'm going to take my hook, wrap it underneath my working yarn, like so. I'm twisting the hook around the yarn. That way my hook is pointing down, so I have a good hold on that yarn. And then I'm just pulling that piece of yarn through that loop. Let me get a little closer and see. Again, I'm going to go under, twist my hook down so it's pointing down, and then thread it through that loop. You are going to do this as many times as what you are working on calls for. So a couple more times, we are going to go under, turn our hook down, and pull it through. Again, middle finger, thumb, holding the tail, but we are going to move it up the chain as we go to keep our tension good. And pointer finger is out, holding this working yarn. We go under, twist it down, and pull it through. And then again, you just continue to do this, but as you get more and more, you can adjust your grip so you're moving up and always staying right by that hook to keep your tension nice and good. All right, once we get our chain, we are now going to begin our first row, which we're going to have our rows going like so. You always are crocheting right to left. So first thing you're going to do is a single crochet today. We are going to start by, you see there is this loop on your hook, and then there's little V's down your chain, and each one of those loops or V's was a chain. So we are going to be entering a V every time, and you're going to enter every V all the way back. So we're going to turn our work. I'm doing a single crochet. I'm leaving one as my chain one. So then I'm going to go into this second V right here. So I'm going to stick my needle through the V. Now I have two loops on my hook. One is the original loop and one is my work. So now I'm going to do what I did with the chain. We are wrapping around that working yarn, turning our hook down, but we are coming out of just that first loop like we did with our chain. And once we came through that first loop or the chain, we now again have two loops. This time we are pulling by wrapping, grabbing, and pulling through both of those loops. And that is our first single crochet. We'll do it one more time on the chain. The chain's always the hardest, so if you are struggling on this first row, do not give up. Once you finish that first row, everything is a little easier. So again, I went into here. So now I'm going into the next V right here. So again, I see my stitch is in this one right here. So then I'm going to enter this V. So we will go in the V, have two loops on our hook, wrap and turn down our hook, pull through just that one. Again, we will have two loops. We are going to wrap, turn our hook down, and pull through both loops. I will go ahead and continue this row just to get on the second row to show you what that will look like. Again, do not give up on the first row. I promise you it gets easier. All right, so now I have finished row one. I've gone down the row and gone into every stitch that I chained in the beginning. And now, as you can see, I'm all the way to the left, so we have to turn our work. But when doing so with a single crochet, you will do a single chain because we want to move up our work. So again, wrap around our yarn, turn down, and pull through that loop. And now I'm turning, so I'm back on the right side, and I'm going to go back across right to left. We chained one, that is our turning chain. Now, instead of going into these V's like we did on our first row, our work is going up, so we are now going to go into each stitch. As you can see, we are going to be entering our hook underneath the V still, and so that puts me in this stitch. So this is my single crochet of the row below. So again, I'll show you. We have the V's up top. We are going under the V. So we will have two on our hook again. We wrap and turn down, pull it through that, and now we have two. We will wrap, turn down, and pull through two. This makes a single crochet on top of our other single crochet from row one. Again, you can kind of see, looking from this way, going into each of these stitches, but to also help, you can turn this way you see the V's again, and I see this is the next V, so I'm going to enter underneath that V, turn my hook, grab the yarn, pull it through, so I'm coming back out of the V. Now I have 2, I'm wrapping, turning down, pulling through 2. We see the next V, we will go underneath it, have 2, wrap, turn our hook down, pull back out of the V, have 2 on our hook again, wrap and pull through 2. One more time, we will go in this next stitch. As you can see, we're going into these holes on the side. These are your stitches. And also you can turn to look, and we're going under each V. So this is our next V. So I will enter under the V, wrap, turn my hook down, pull out of the V. Now I have 2 loops on my hook, wrap, pull through 2. I will go ahead and finish this row with you guys, so just keep going all the way down, and when we get to the end, I will tell you guys how to go from there. Now I'm at the end. You will see I have 2 more V's to go. Right there, you have 1, 2. Then you'll see this little loop at the end. That is my turning chain, or the first row when I skipped that first chain. You will always have a turning chain like so, but you only want to go into each V. You don't ever want to go into this chain because that will start to increase your amount of stitches each time. So we are going into this second to last V, coming out, pulling through 2. Then we have that last one where we will go under the V, pull through, and turn and pull through 2. There is the end of our row. Again, we will chain 1. So again, wrapping, turning down, and pulling through to chain 1. Then we will turn our work. So we are going back right to left. And we always will chain 1 and go into this first stitch. So again, into the first stitch, wrap, turn our hook down, come out of that stitch, wrap, pull through 2 loops on your hook. We go into the next stitch, come back out of that stitch, pull through 2. In, come out, we have 2, pull through 2. Going in, we see the 2 on our hook, our work in our loop. We're just coming back out of our work, and then we are wrapping and pulling through 2. You will always have a loop on your hook, so you will enter, wrap, come out, wrap, pull through 2. Again, we will go in the next stitch, wrap, turn our hook down to grab it, pull it out of our work. We again have 2, wrap, turn down, pull through 2. That is a single crochet. I will finish off this row, and when I come back, we will learn a double crochet. One more time, now that we are at the end, you can see there's 1 more stitch and 1 more V in the row right there, and also this chain. Again, we are only going under a V with the 2, so we will go under into our work, have 2 on our hook, wrap, pull out of just that one, and then wrap, pull through 2. And that is keeping our work even on both sides. Now to do a double crochet, instead of chaining 1 to go to your next row, you will chain 2. You can remember it because it's a double, 2. Next, some people like to go into that first chain or stitch when they do a double crochet like you do it a single. Some people have a way of working up a chain to make it that first stitch, and others will call this chain 2 that first stitch. And instead of going into your first stitch and creating your first double crochet here, you will count this as the first double crochet and enter the next stitch. This is what I like to do. Some people don't like it, some people do. It's kind of what you feel what you like best. If you do this with me today, don't like it, you can probably go find another video and they can do it a different way, and maybe that's your style and what you like better. But for the sake of today's video, I am going to show you kind of how I do it. So again, right to left is how we work. We will grab and point our finger and holding our work now instead of the tail with our middle and our thumb, just to keep everything secure and keep our tension even. So I am counting this as the first double crochet, and I'm going to skip this first stitch right here and go into the second, or skip this first V and go into the second. But before we enter this stitch now, we are going to wrap like we're going to chain, but instead of pulling through the loop, we just wrap and just keep it there. So I've wrapped and it's on my hook. I'm going to now enter the stitch I am going in. This will give the appearance of 1, 2, 3 loops on your hook. Again, like with a single, we are wrapping our hook around the yarn and just coming out of our work. Now we have 3 loops on our hook. For a double, we will wrap, pull through 2 loops, have 2 on our hook again, wrap, turn our hook down, and pull through 2 loops. So now with this chain 2 as my first stitch, I have completed my second double crochet of the row. So we are going to wrap our hook, again just keeping it there, entering into our next stitch, again wrapping, grabbing that working yarn, coming out of our stitch. We now have the 3. You will wrap and pull through just 2 of those loops, leaving with 2 left on our hook, wrap, pull through those 2. Again, we wrap, just keeping it there, coming down, entering our next stitch. We now have 3 loops on our hook, wrap, pull out of just that first stitch. Now we wrap, pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2. And that is double crochet. I'll do one more with you. Again, go under like we're going to grab it, but don't grab it. Bring your hook down, enter into your next stitch, wrap, turn your hook down to grab that yarn, pull it out of just your work. Now you'll have 3 loops on your hook. You'll wrap, pull through 2, and have 2 more loops remaining on the hook, wrap, pull through 2. I am now going to complete this row and I will meet you at the end. Okay, at the end, again, like our single crochet row, we have 2 V's left. So I'm just going to go into these 2 V's with my double crochet. And I'm not going to go into that last chain. Again, we do not go into this last chain. So we are at the end of our double crochet row. We are going to now chain up. So wrap, turn, go through 1, wrap, turn, go through, and that is 2 chains on our hook. Now we're going to turn our work again. So we're always going right to left. Again, like I said in the previous row, I'm counting this chain 2 as my first stitch, and as you see, it lines up with this double crochet below it. So that is my first. I'm now going to go into the second stitch, which is connected to this second stitch on the previous row, wrapping my hook, entering the stitch, again going under that V, wrapping, pulling out of just my work, having 3, wrap, pull through just 2, leaving 2 on your hook, wrap, pull through those 2. again, wrap like we're gonna grab it, just keep it there. Going into that next stitch, we have 3 on our hook, wrap, just come out of your work. You'll have 3 loops remaining, wrap, pull through just 2, and wrap, pull through 2 again. All right, I'll meet you at the end to show you how to keep your stitches even with this kind of double crochet. All right, I am now at the end again with 2 stitches left. So as you see, we have just 1 V remaining here, but below the row we have 2 double crochets because that first chain 2 counted. So we are going to go into this last stitch, do our double crochet, and then now we have this chain 2. That counts as a double crochet, so we have to put a double crochet into the chain 2 to make sure our count is even. So wrap again, just enter that second chain of your chain 2, wrap, pull through your work, have 3, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2. And so when you turn and you see your work, you will see that you have the same amount. Each one matches with one from the row above. You can do it this way. You can do it by counting your stitches just to make sure. But you'll kind of notice if you miss one by not going into that, or you go into one of your chains from a previous row for a single crochet and you aren't supposed to, because your work will start to grow or shrink. So that's how you'll know. Again, with the double, you will chain 2, turn your work, and work right back across. With how I do it, I'm going to skip this first stitch because that is now my first double crochet. Going to wrap, enter that second stitch, wrap, come out of that stitch. I have 3 remaining, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2. And that is how you complete a double crochet row. There's also a stitch called a half double crochet. So you are working a double crochet, but you only do it halfway. To do so, you will wrap your hook like you do with a double crochet. You will enter your stitch like normal, wrap, come out of your stitch, but instead of wrap, pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2, we're only doing one of those because half of 2 is 1. So we are going to wrap, grab, and you pull through all 3 at once. And that is a half double crochet. I'll do it one more time. Wrapping around our hook, entering our next stitch like a normal double crochet, wrapping, coming out of our work again like normal. When we get to the 3 on our hook, instead of wrap, pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2, we are just wrapping, pulling through all 3. So we're just skipping a step. And this is going to be, as you see, shorter than a double crochet until you see it starting to go down. That's shorter. So you go single, half double crochet to a double crochet, and that all gives you different heights. There are many other stitches you can learn in the future. I may post some of those. There's a fun granny square, which all you need to know are chains and double crochets, and it makes a beautiful pattern. So that is all for today. I will see you guys in my next video. I hope this helped. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, and I can do another video answering all your questions or whatever you guys need. I hope you have fun learning, and if you are learning, please post in the comments your first projects, everything, all your work that you're doing, so we can encourage and comment and just see what everyone else is doing. Thanks for watching.